Congratulations, you've officially unlocked a rare skill. Procrastination mastery. You've got a mountain of homework, a deadline breathing down your neck, yet somehow you're watching this video. Bold move, I respect it. But hey, I get it, we've all been there. But the question is, why do we do this to ourselves? Or more importantly, how do we stop? Hello everyone, I'm Shaikh, and today we're diving into the psychology of procrastination and how to finally break the cycle. No fluffy you got this champ nonsense, just real practical strategies that actually work. Let's go. I don't know where we're going because we're staying here. So, why do we procrastinate? Contrary to popular belief, procrastination isn't just about being lazy. It's about being human, a human with a brain that's constantly at war with itself. There are two main parts to your brain, the logical part and the emotional part. The logical part of your brain wants to be productive, responsible, and hydrated. The emotional part, however, is just an impulsive gremlin that wants snacks, naps, and TikTok. Whenever you're deciding between starting an assignment or watching cat videos for 2 hours, these two are duking it out. And unless you're trained like a productivity ninja, the emotional part usually wins. And why is that? Well, your brain naturally prioritizes immediate pleasure instead of future rewards. And unfortunately, Netflix now feels better than graduate with honors later. So basically, future you is screaming, but present you is, well, vibing. Self-discipline is great, in theory. But let's be real, if it worked, you wouldn't be here. You need commitment devices, things that make you do the right thing even when you don't feel like it. For example, website blockers use apps like Cold Turkey or Freedom to physically block distractions. No YouTube, no Instagram, just you and your regrets. Accountability partner. Tell your friend your goal, and if you fail, they get to publicly expose you. And trust me, that's not fun. You can also use environmental traps, like leaving your laptop charger in another room, so if you waste your time, the battery dies and productivity becomes cardio. The goal is basically to make procrastination harder than being productive. And then you'll start working out of pure convenience. Genius, I know. One of the biggest myths ever sold to humanity is, I just need to be motivated first. No. Motivation is flaky, not reliable. And here's the truth, action creates motivation, not the other way around. Ever notice how once you start something, it's much easier to continue? That's your brain panicking about unfinished tasks, so use that to your advantage. You can try the 5-minute rule to make life a little easier. Tell yourself, I'll just work for 5 minutes. Most of the time, you'll keep going. That's productivity bait. You can also lower the bar. Instead of write a 10-page paper, go with write one terrible sentence. And there you go, you started. And finally, you need to give yourself permission to be trash. Your first draft can suck, that's the deal. No one's grading your effort yet, just get moving. Perfectionism. It's procrastination in a fancy hat. You're not avoiding a task, you just want it done perfectly. Nice try, but that's just high effort procrastination. Here's the reframe. Done is better than perfect. You can't edit a blank page, but you can fix a bad one. So perfection comes later, doesn't matter if you start ugly. And use the 80-20 rule, meaning that 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort. Focus on the meat, you can put the garnish later. Just remember that the focus is on progress, not poetic perfection. If a task feels painful, pair it with something that is fun. This is temptation bundling, turning productivity into a bribe. For example, only watch your favorite show when you're running on the treadmill. Only sip a cup of your fancy coffee when you're studying. Or only listen to your hype playlist when you're doing chores. Soon your brain will be like, studying? That's when I get my dopamine. Yeah, I know. Pavlov would be proud. Let's be honest, morning you has the mental energy of a potato, so help yourself out. Before bed, set up your workspace, so when you wake up in the morning, you don't just give up because of the clutter. Decide what you'll start with. Eliminate the, what do I do first? And for the love of God, pre-make your breakfast, because what's for breakfast shouldn't be an existential crisis. Fewer decisions means less friction, meaning less chances of scrolling through TikTok until noon. Now, I did say motivation isn't reliable to start a task, but it is really helpful once you get something going. And it skyrockets when things feel meaningful. So ask yourself, why does this task matter to me? Make it personal, like I need good grades to get that scholarship, or I'm working towards a future that I actually care about. If you can't find a reason, make up one. Trick your brain if you must. Your brain loves games. Use that to your advantage. Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes. Rinse and repeat. It's like a boss battle every half hour. Progress tracking. Habit trackers, checklists, or productivity apps. Your brain gets a little bit of dopamine every time you hit that check mark. You can also do streak challenges, complete tasks X days in a row without breaking the streak. And now you're playing productivity Jenga. Basically, the more fun you make it, the more likely you'll stick with it. Consistency beats intensity, and that goes for everything. Gym, school, relationships. At the end of the week, reflect. What worked? What didn't? Or what should I tweak? Celebrate every small win. Even going through Mondays count. If you messed up, cool. Adjust yourself and keep going. Productivity is a practice, not a personality trait. Final thoughts. Will this video cure your procrastination forever? Probably not. But at least now you can't say, I don't know where to start. Just keep in mind that you don't need more motivation. You need a better system. Now go, work, win, and reward yourself with a guilt-free scrolling session. Hopefully this video is helpful. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what's your way of beating procrastination. I'll see you next time.